Today is the introduction class on SAP FICO. So basically, once we learn this FICO, so we can work as a SAP FICO consultant. So basically, what is this SAP FICO consultant is, see, SAP FICO consultant will provide solutions as to how any business can maintain all financial transactions data in SAP. So to make all the entries into SAP system by the business users, the consultant will set up the system. Consultant will set up the system. Which system? SAP system. So who will set up that system according to the business needs and requirements? That is FICO consultant. He is the whole and sole responsibility to provide the solutions in SAP system to do all the transactions related to finance department in SAP system by the business. So that is the main thing. So now, let me show you the course contents that we are going to cover before starting the demo session. Now, see here, you will be getting every day, you will be getting the recording after completion of the class, maybe on the same day by 2 p.m. Same live session, I will record and I'll send it to across all your email IDs by 2 p.m. on the same day, so that if anyone misses the class, then they can refer to the recording, and that will be a future reference for you even while you are working. Now, what are the course contents that we're going to cover, and some little bit information about myself. So that PDF is over here, and this will be shared along with the today's class recording. Now, I'll just open and show you, and then we will get into the SAP FICO and SAP introduction session. Now, see, I'm just opening that course contents that we are going to cover. So, this is SAP FICO. So, FICO is a combination of financial and accounting and controlling. These are two modules. We are going to cover two modules during this course. And the course duration is 3 months. And every day we will have class from 9:15 to 10:15, about 1 hour time. Maybe today it may get extended to little bit of time because we have started little lately. So for that reason, otherwise Monday to Friday classes 9:15 to 10:15 for 3 months duration to complete the FICO training. Now about myself, as you already know, my name is Rami Reddy. I'm having 12 plus years of experience. I did corporate trainings as well as online trainings. I worked on more than 21 projects as of now. And our training is on the basis of real time. So basically, what do you mean by real time? Whatever the activities we as a SAP FICO consultant will do when we get into the projects, real time projects, after you getting the job, if you have been placed in any one project, what will be your roles and responsibilities? Same thing will be done in our course. It is not on the basis of bookish, it is on the basis of the project. We will take up one project after introduction classes, maybe 2-3 classes, and then we will start implementing, doing all the activities that we do in the project, so that it will be very easy for you to work on the projects when they are given any roles and responsibilities related to FICO. Now there is some more information about me, so let us not to focus more about it. Anyhow, you will get this particular course content with some introduction about myself. So these are the course contents. We will be covering a vast information about financial and accounting and controlling. So now you will be getting this. So that is the course contents. So if you can go through that, and after you going through that, if you have any questions and clarifications, you can ask me, you can WhatsApp me, you can contact me through WhatsApp or through mobile number. I hope all of you have a mobile number, my mobile number. That is my WhatsApp number. And then if you have any issues while you are practicing, at that time you can send me an email with the same from where you get the request. So that is the email ID from which every day I'll be sharing the GoToMeeting request, like the way that I have shared in today's class, for the today's class. Now let us move on and start with our SAP FICO introduction class. Now I have just prepared a small presentation kind of thing. So it will be very easy for you to understand by looking at the slides, and when I'm explaining, it is very easy for you to cope up and try to understand. And only for today, exception is only for today. Since it is a demo class, I request all of you to not to ask any question in the middle of the class, only for today. Why? Because it is very introduction class, but at the end of the class, I'll provide you the time. You can note down any question that you have while I'm explaining. At the end of the class, you can ask me. And this is only for today. But from tomorrow onwards, whenever I am explaining any topic, wherever you get a doubt or clarification, you can then and there itself, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me the question, and so that the answer, the clarification can be done and then and there itself, and that may be helpful for other students who are in the class also. So from tomorrow onwards, anytime you can ask questions, but only for today, since it is a demo. Please hold your question, note down, have a notebook with you, and note down the whatever the question that arises during the class, and keep it for the part for till end of the class. And at the end of the class, before we closing the session, you can get all those questions clarified from my side. Well, so let us start with the today's session. I'll just give just 30 minutes time, okay, to have a break, kind of 30 seconds of time. So just be open. I'll be starting in just 30 seconds. Well, thank you for the break. Now, so let me open the just a small PPT that I have prepared for the introduction presentation. So in future, since we have decided to become a FICO consultant, so let us first try to understand what is SAP and what is SAP FICO, and we as a SAP FICO consultant, what will be our roles and responsibilities, and what kind of projects, on which projects we will be working, and what kind of system that we will be using, and how do we can operate the SAP system, and things like that. Some basic information let us try to understand before we getting into the core concepts of the SAP. Now see here, SAP is an ERP software. SAP is also a company and product name is also SAP. Now what do we mean by SAP? SAP stands for systems, applications and products in data processing. So basically, to process the data of different departments in an organization. What do you mean by departments? Finance department, sales department, HR department, material management department or procurement department, production department. Each and every department, some or the other activities takes place. So whenever some or the other activity is being taken place in any department, that will be recorded in some softwares. Those softwares, we will call it as ERP softwares. Now, SAP is also used to process the data of different departments in an organization. Now see here, that is the reason SAP is an ERP package or software. So what do you mean by ERP? See, ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. If you look at any enterprise, which means organization or company, any company will use 4 resources, that is men, material, machines and money. So what do you mean by men? All employees or laborers who are working for the company is men, are the resources of the company. Now what are the materials? A material can be a desktop, a material can be a table, pen, pencil, stapler, all these things, table, chair, all these things which are being used by the company, those are the materials. Now machines, say for example, if a company is a manufacturing company, let us take a Cadbury company. They are into food industry, which means their business is to produce or manufacture cookies, chocolates. So now, to manufacture cookies and chocolates, will they manufacture by the hands, means manually? No, right? They will have some machineries. So those are the machines, is nothing but. And along with that, machines materials also will come into picture. That is, it can be a desktops, or it can be a tables, or it can be a pen, pencil, all stationary items. All those things are falling under materials. Now finance, of course, without finance no business can run. So anyone wants to start a business, they need a finance. So that is also one particular resource which a company will have. Now, see here, there is something called as intangible. So intangible materials. Generally, which are the materials which will fall under intangible materials? Just for understanding, I am telling you. Say, for example, your company logo. Can you touch and feel the company logo? You cannot touch or you cannot feel the company logo. So that kind of materials, we will call it as intangible materials. Now, say for example, can you measure for how much money you can sell your logo? Can you measure? You cannot measure. So any product which you cannot touch and feel, or any product which you cannot evaluate to find out the value, okay, that those products we will call it as intangible materials, but you no need to worry much about that. So, and so these are the things that we have in the any organization. These are the resources that we have. Now let us move on to the next. So ERP. See, ERP is a software and systems used to plan and manage all the core supply chain, manufacturing, services, financials, and other processes of the enterprise, which means company. Now, as we discussed, SAP is an ERP software. Now, this ERP software is used to maintain the data of all different departments. For what reason? For effectively utilization of all the resources that are available in the company. For what reason? To gain better profits. So now SAP ERP software will be used by any company just to maintain the data of different departments, so that they can organizedly maintain the data and they can take the reports, they can analyze the data, and they can ensure that all the resources that are available. Say for example, employees, 100 employees are there, they will maintain the data of 100 employees, stating that who is working on under which project. Now if they try to maintain the entire data, people who are not allotted to any project, they will come out easily. They will be able to identify from the ERP system. If he is not assigned to any project, of course he will be left out with no project. So at that time they will identify those people who are not assigned to any project, then they will try to place him into the any one project, so that so it is a bit it's also an effective utilization. Now how they are coming to know these people are not working? Because of they maintained the data in the system only, ERP system. So likewise, when they maintain the complete data, say for example, they have hired 200 employees. Now in the stores they are having 150 laptops, new laptops in the stores, they are having 150 laptops. Now consider that they will provide laptops for each and every employee. In the stores, while they are having physical stock of 150 laptops, they will update that stock value in the ERP software. So when they update in the ERP software, then when they go and check in the ERP software how many laptops are available, 150 is available. How many employees they have hired? 200 employees. Now how many rest of the laptops that is required? 50. See, decision can be taken, and effectively they can utilize the financer to procure only the materials that are not required. So if you don't maintain those stock, will you go to the store and keep on counting whenever new employees came? No, right? That is hectic work, right? So for that reason, whenever you purchase, you will maintain the stock over here. Whenever you issue, at that time automatically you will reduce the stock from the ERP system, so that your physical stock and your whatever the value that is updated in ERP will sync, so that you can take decisions very effectively, and you can utilize your finance also very effectively, to not to waste any finance which is available in the company as part of resource. So this is how the ERP softwares will work. See, your home, my home, 3 members, 5 members, 6 members, easily all expenses can be managed. But every company will have thousands, lakhs of customers and vendors. every day so many transactions will happen, every day so many payments will happen, every day so many vendor invoices will be received for the purchases that is being done by the company, every day so many customers will purchase the materials of the company, so every day they will invoice n send n number of invoice to the customers, every day so many people will make the payments to the company. So how will you understand if you don't have a proper system in place? So these are the ERP systems which will help and to maintain the data of all these transactions that happens in different departments. See, for us as a family, it is okay for us if we don't use ERP softwares. When so many huge transactions that are happening on daily basis, if they don't have an effective machine system where they can record it, nobody will come to know who is doing what. Nobody will come to know who received the payment. Nobody will come to know to whom the payment needs to be made and at what point of time. So for that reason, ERP softwares are very important for all major companies, and all major companies, they will definitely use either any one ERP software, either SAP or non-SAP. Now, we will also try to understand by the end of the course why this SAP as an ERP software is very much popular in the industry. Now, that is all about SAP ERP, and that is the purpose of using SAP software by any company or client. Now, ERP covers all techniques and concepts for the best utilization of resources. That is what I was highlighting. Any resources that are available in the market, it can be table, pen, pencil, chairs, so all finance, anything. So the ERP softwares will help for better utilization of available resources of the enterprise company. To what reason? To maximize the profits only. See, unnecessarily HR department is hiring employees, they don't have no work. Are you effectively utilizing the finance that is available in the company? No, you are wasting the money. You are just hiring, keeping the employees on bench, and they are also enjoying, they are having tea, coffee, breakfast, lunch for free in the company. So finance is losing, so you are actually wasting the resource which is available. So to not to waste the any resource that is available in the company, to make utilization, best utilization of the resources, they will use ERP softwares. ERP can be SAP or non-SAP like Oracle, BAN, PeopleSoft, or it can be a Tally also. It is also an ERP software which will help to maintain the data related to finance department. Now see here, ERP is based on integrated management of all the departments in an enterprise. So basically, SAP is follow this concept. What is that concept? Let me explain you. Integrated management of all departments in an enterprise. Say, for example, in a company, there are sales department, there are procurement department, there is a production department, there is a finance department, there is a controlling department, there is a HR department. Sales department, procurement department, then production department, then plant maintenance department, financial and accounting department, controlling department, controlling the costs of the company, and HR, human resource department. Now, all these departments will enter the data into a single database. That is the meaning of integrated management, which means any department, if they try to enter the particulars of any particular transaction which happens in any department, that will go and get stored in single database, that is centralized database. Now, what is the benefit of this? There is a lot of benefit for this. Now, consider sales department, they will create a sales orders. They will process the delivery, and then they will raise the invoice. So, invoice for the sales to the customer, then who will receive the payment? The payment will be received by not sales department. For all the invoices that they raise, for all those invoices, payment will be received by the finance department. Sales department cannot collect the payments, so they will have to make the payment to the finance department. Now see here, when sales department is raising an invoice, how the finance department will come to know that somebody has purchased some material and there was an invoice raised IN01, some invoice number IN01. This invoice, against this invoice, this customer needs to make the payment of say 1000 or 2000 and by this date. How finance department will come to know? See here, observe this very carefully. Whenever the invoice has been raised by the sales users, business users, okay, whenever invoice was raised, at the time automatically an accounting entry will be generated in the finance department. Now see the beauty of the using the same database. Say for example, if you are not using the same centralized database, if you are using different databases, if you are using different ERP softwares for different departments to maintain that data, will this be possible? It is very difficult. Now, since they are using the same database, there is the data flow from one area to another area is very easy. Now, see here what happens when the sales user in the sales department, when they create an invoice, automatically an entry in accounts department also will be generated. So that we will call it as single point of entry. So what do you mean by single point of entry? Now, if any user is trying to perform any transaction, and if the same information has to be flown to any other department, automatically that will be created in the other departments also. So which means there is a single point of entry concept is being used in SAP, which means again some other financial FI user no need to spend time to go to finance department, collect the information and again go here maintain. So if they don't use any ERP software, this is what will happen. So what they will do, every invoice they will send a file to finance department, then finance department people they will make an entry in their systems. So which means it is a manual work. So does that mean is it an effective utilization of resources employees? No, duplication of the work. Same work here he is doing, again he is taking the copy and again he is entering. But instead, when they use the SAP ERP software with the centralized database, so consultant will come into picture and SD consultant and FICO consultant will sit together and they will do some kind of configurations wherein which any sales department employee creates an invoice, automatically the accounting entry also posted. Now, for instance, I will show you an example in SAP system, how that will be generated automatically when finance user creates an invoice. I'll just show you the document which is already created. Now, let me log into SAP just for your information. I'll say escape, escape. Okay. So I'll say keep. Now I'll say I'll minimize this and I'll log in. See, once you get the ERP software, you will get the icon this. So you need to click on this particular icon. Now I'll just double click and I'll log in. Anyhow, in tomorrow's class, I'll tell you how to operate, how to get the software, all those information I'll provide you. So for now, I'll just log in and show you one document where automatically when the sales user has created an invoice, automatically how this accounting entry is generated in the finance department. Now I just click on enter. See, I'm going to go access some T codes and things like that. You no need to worry for now. So we will be going through all these things. See, there is one database table, okay, in SAP, that is VBRK. Here all the invoices will be stored. All the invoices will be stored. I will open one invoice which is created and I will show you how the accounting entry is generated when sales department created an invoice. Now, so I'll just access something. Don't worry about it. Say execute it. And I'll take randomly any one invoice I will take. Say I'll take something, some invoice. I'll say copy this. This is the invoice document. Through this document, invoice was created. I'll open this invoice. What I am entering, don't worry about it. It is very simple. These are very basic things which we will do every day during our learning. So no need to worry for now. So the billing document, this is the document which is created by SD, sales department. when they created it at the time, this is what they have created it. So this is the this is the payer who is a Apollo hospital. For the Apollo hospital, they have created one invoice because he has purchased vitamin D products for 1000 rupees. Now when SD user is creating this invoice document, without his knowledge, automatically an accounting entry will be generated. See here, I'll click on accounting entry. See here, whenever customer is purchased, see here, account number 19 means it is a Apollo hospital. See, Apollo hospital, if you see PK means posting key, means his account is debited. See, when he receive the goods, definitely his account will debit. See, in general, accounting entries, how will happen? When you receive the goods, what does it mean? Who receives the goods, their account will debit. Now see here, Apollo hospital has received the goods against this invoice, so for that reason, see, his account is debit. See, this column is debit or credit column. D means debit, C means credit. Now see here, 01 posting key is nothing but invoice, it is debit, so his account got debited. Now it is a revenue for the company. See here, sales revenue account, GL account, which is 8 lakhs, has been credited with posting key 50. What do you mean by posting key 50? Let us see what is the meaning of this 50. So now I'll go down. See here, 50 means C, credit entry. C is nothing but credit entry. So now generally when this particular transaction happens, this is how we generally we will do the accounting entry. So same accounting entry has been generated when SD user has created the invoice. Now see, don't you think this is an effective utilization of resources? Of course. Why? Because they are actually ignoring the intervention of finance user again to do so, to process some information related to this. So now see, that is how the data flow also it is very good. So how this particular accounting entry will be generated, that for that SD consultant and FICO consultant will sit together and they do some configurations. So those are the things that we learn, and that is the importance of FICO consultant. Likewise, it is not only with SD, we will be having accounts receivables with SD, and we will be having accounts payable with we will have asset accounting, we will have general ledger accounting. All those accounting concepts also we will learn, and along with that in SAP, how we can set up the system for the business to do all the transactions that is required for them to do all those things, we will set up the system. So this is the importance of using the centralized database. Integrated management means this is the one. So you can flow the data from one place to another place for effective utilization of the resources. See, 10 minutes is a cost. If he used 10 minutes also to make that entry, then that 10 minutes maybe company is paying 10 rupees or 15 rupees, right? So that is how. So every day so many 10 rupees, imagine how much cost it will be once the configuration is being done. So for consultants, they may pay 10,000, that doesn't matter because it's only one time, but it lasts for longer period, for hundreds of years, tens and hundreds of years. So that is the integrated management, that is the importance of integrated management of all the resources. Now let us move on. So like as I mentioned, so all the data will be maintained in the single database, that is SAP as an ERP software. So same thing, representation. Now how ERP helps the organizations? So see here, entire data is available in centralized database. That is what we discussed, one single database for entire data, all departments data, SD, FICO. It eliminates the data redundancy, means duplication of the entries. So data is updated and available real time. What do you mean by that? Real time. Real time means, just imagine your friend needed a finance of 5,000 rupees and he requested you to transfer the money. Now you are having funds of 5,000 and he is a good friend, you are okay to give him him or her 5,000 credit. Now you will open your bank application, okay, mobile app, and you will transfer the money. As soon as you transfer the money, in seconds, in fraction of second, the amount will be added to your friend account and the amount will be deducted from. So fraction of second, the same change you can see in your mobile application, and your friend can see in your mobile application, and your bank departments in the banks also they can see. That is the real time. Now here, whenever you receive a payment from any customer for any customer invoices, then that payment is received or not, that can be seen by your CEO from America or your manager from Japan. So that is the real time. So which means, if you as a CEO, say for example, you are the CEO of your company. Of course, if your company, then you will be CEO. I no need to tell that. Now, see here, you want to know in entire India how many payments have been made, because it's very important for you. 58 crores. Now, you also want to know how much of revenue is generated. How much of revenue is generated? 60 crores. Now, see here, sitting at your home in the balcony, opening the laptop, log into SAP ERP system, seeing the data related to payments made, seeing the data that is payments received. By comparing these two, you will come to know what is the revenue or what is the amount that is left out for the company to do the further transactions. How much amount is available? 2 crores is available. So now, if you don't have ERP system, how you as a CEO can identify this information? Impossible. You will ask, you will request, you will go to finance department, you will go to sales department to ask how much sales is generated, how many orders created. So if he is on leave, if his family, somebody, some issue is there, he will go on leave, you send a mail, so he will shout, he will fight, and he will do all those things, he will fire. So see how much uncertainty will be created in the business for you as a owner after investing hundreds of thousands of rupees, crores of rupees. See, that is the reason, if any business, if they want to make their life easy in terms of controlling the business, then they must use ERP softwares. If the company is bigger company, mid or above mid cap companies, any company with operations of 200 crores or more than 200 crores, they will definitely, damn sure, they will use ERP software, whether it is SAP or non-SAP ERP software. But that doesn't mean below 200 crores people will never use it. They will also use it. Depends on their business scenarios and situations. That is the meaning of real time. Now, see here, I have shown you the real-time example with a single point of entry of data. So now the same thing that I have explained here, when invoice is raised, automatically the accounting entry is generated. That is the single point. If any information related to invoice has to be generated in some other places also, in production or something, there also it will be generated. Now, you might be thinking, how will we come to know where and all there will be a link, in which department what information? You also do not know, I also do not know. We will just go with the business requirement. If the client for whom we are working, if he needs the same data, needs to be updated in FI, CO, HR, everywhere, we will do it. So we will go with only the client needs and requirements. We will not go with our predefined decisions. Okay. So how to do it? If they want in different department, that you no need to worry. That is the course. That is the reason why you and I am here to learn all those things. So for them, we do some configurations, how to do, how to test, all those things we will thoroughly learn. Now, best business practices inbuilt. What do you mean by inbuilt? See, SAP software is developed by SAP company. Okay. This SAP company already developed so many features in SAP ERP software. Then you and me as a FICO consultant or SD consultant, consultant, FV, SD, FICO, whoever the consultant it may be, what will they do? See, basically what will happen is, the SAP software which is built by the SAP company is not for a specific company. It is not for a Cadbury company. It is not for an Adobe company. It is not for mechanical any bench company or something like that. So keeping each and every industry and each and every company in mind, SAP company has come up with a beautiful ERP software, that is SAP ERP software. Now, does that mean it will cover each and every requirement of every business? No, definitely they will not go with a specific company. In generic, they will go. If you take finance department, what will be the basic features and functionalities? They have completely covered, no doubt about it. Now, if you go to sales department, what are the basic functionalities completely covered? Now I am mentioning basic. Then what is the other thing? Maybe somewhere around 25 or 30% might not be there in that particular standard SAP, which will exactly match with your client requirements. Then what? Who will do that? So Cadbury company, they know how to research and coming with new product, how to manufacture, how to pack it, how to sell it. But they don't have any employee who is an SAP consultant. For that reason, they will given up these projects to software companies. And in software companies, we as a SAP consultants, we will work. And those software companies will get projects from all these different industry, pharmaceutical industry companies, food industry companies, mechanical industry companies, and all some machinery, some tools, and all those companies, and they will place us in the project. Okay, they will charge 1 crore rupees for the projects, means software companies, and for the employees who are working on the project, for them they will give 50 lakhs, and 50 lakhs will be profit for the software companies. They are enjoying like anything because they are just contractors. They'll take money. On that money, they will give half or 30%, 40%, or 50, 60%, and remaining amount, it is go to their pocket. That's the reason all the software companies, TCS, Wipro, Capgemini, okay, all Infosys, all these companies, quarter, what is the turnover? What is the profit? 3,000 crores, 2,200 crores for 3 months. See, because there is no expense. They are not putting under any research and development investment. There is no product which is getting lost. They are just contracts like a building contractor. So they will get the laborers, building contractors. They'll make the work done. They'll take from the owner. They'll take for 10 lakhs. 5 lakhs will give it to the laborers, and 5 lakhs they'll take it. Where is the loss? Work happens, then only labor comes. No work, no labor, no payment. Work is happening, then payment will happen by the company, by the owner, then they will take half, they will give up. So how software companies will go under loss? Now, modular system, all modules in one system, that is what I was telling. So SAP is developed each and every department as one module, solutions as one module. Finance department, FI module. So controlling department, CO module. SD department, sales department, sales and distribution. Procurement, MM. So PM, plant maintenance. Quality department, QM. Like that, they have defined it on the basis of modules. Now, management can utilize their time and analysis and can spend less time in coordination. Why? Because I told you, you can no need to coordinate with anybody you as a CEO. Why? Because you have a system in place, you have ERP system, you can take any information. So take the information, do analysis in India, what happens, Germany, what happens, Japan, what happens, how much sales revenue is generated, what was the previous month. So no need to do the coordination with anybody. Don't go behind anybody to get the data of your company. You just go with ERP software. So do the analysis, take the decision, and implement the things that in your software, then improves the customer satisfaction. Of course, your service also will be very good when it comes to the ERP software. So because the fast transactions will happen in ERP software. I give 5 minutes of break because it is going little longer today. So for that reason, I'll come back within 5 minutes, and then if you have any questions you can ask me. Otherwise we will move ahead. 5 minutes max, not exactly 5 minutes. So within 5 minutes I'll come back. So you also take break, have relax, and then we will move ahead. Okay, just 5 minutes. Fine. So now let us move on. Now see here, features of SAP software. See, the main features of SAP is integration. Through integration of SAP software, the companies experiences greater efficiency and productivity. Just now, I have shown you one example. So that is greater efficiency. And see here, what is happening? Finance department is doing some transaction. Sorry, SD sales department is creating invoice. At the time, see, even that information is passing on to other departments also, so it is a greater efficiency and effectiveness only, if utilization of resources only. So this is how the main feature is this SAP, and people are very giving a lot of importance for these kind of features only. Now, SAP software is ready to use, which means solutions are already developed for all the departments in the form of modules. Just now we discussed. So there is a solutions which are already provided by standard SAP system, but there will be a gap of 20, 25%, 30%. On that only we will work. That is the reason why we need them. Because if it is ready-made, food is ready-made, if it is not a, no need to have a, a cook that one, then why do we need a cook? Not required, right? So same way here also, since it is not a completely ready-made, even though there are major features, so there is some features, some changes needs to be made. For that reason only they need SAP consultants like us, because we are expertise in providing solutions in FICO module for finance department. That is that since they don't know it, they need us. So we are the one who will help them in doing the all the transactions which is needed in the finance department. Now, each module, okay, of SAP is tightly integrated with other modules, so that the flow of the information across the departments is default. Now, there is an integration. So for us, most of the integrations are with the sales department and procurement department, that is SD and MM. We will also seeing at what and all the integration activities that we do with other departments also during the course. Why? Because that is part of our course and we have to know about all those things. See here, ERP product in the market. So in the market, we have hundreds, thousands of ERP softwares. Among those, there is a SAP is also ERP software, Oracle also ERP software, BAN is also ERP software, PeopleSoft like this. Hundreds, thousands of ERP softwares are there in the market. Now, if we look at SAP ERP software, this ERP software is having capability to provide solutions for any department of any organization. You take mechanical company, you take pharmaceutical company, you take food industry, you take automobile industry, any industry you name it. If you take service industry, banking industry, any company that exists in the world can use SAP ERP software for their business. Why? Because SAP ERP software is having capability to provide solutions for any department of any company that exists in the world. Now, if you take PeopleSoft as an ERP software, this PeopleSoft can be used only for maintaining the data for HR department. If you ask, can we maintain the data related to finance? There is no feature only. Now, see, can you take the reports using WhatsApp? No, no. Answer is no. Why? WhatsApp is developed for communication purpose. You can text, you can message, you can share pics, you can share small videos or audios. Okay, that is the purpose of developing that WhatsApp. Now, if you want to create any kind of reports or maintain the data in the form of tables, you use Excel sheet, because that is developed only for maintaining the data, preparing reports. Likewise, PeopleSoft is designed to maintain the data related to only HR department. Now, if you take BAN, is also an ERP software that is developed to maintain the data related to production department. Production, how many production orders came, how many products have been manufactured, under that how many quality check is happened. So all this, how much raw material you have consumed, and by consuming so much of raw materials, how many finished products, means ready to use products, have been manufactured. All these data can maintain. Can you maintain sales data here? No. Oracle, so they are coming up with along with FICO. So initially they also started with finance department, but now slowly they are coming with other functionalities for different departments also. But if you look at SAP, this is the only ERP software that exists in the market which can provide solutions for any department in the organization. That is the reason why it is most popular in the market. And also, you know already importance of keeping same centralized database by different departments. If any data needs to be flown from one department to another department,
employees of different department, they don't need to send emails stating that I need this Excel, I need this report on this day, how many invoices you created, how on this day, how many payments is issued. Nobody need to ask anything. Why? Because there is a single SAP, there is a single database. If you need it, get the access for this ERP software. If you want to take the information related to sales, you go and take it from your user only. If you need procurement related, go take it only. No need to send mails, no unnecessary communication, no wasting of time, no delays. So that is the reason why the centralized database and having all the department data in single database will help. So for this, in the market, this is the only ERP software which is having capability, which can withhold the information or maintain the data of any department in an organization. That is the reason why this is most important and most popular in the market. Now, moving on to SAP, this particular ERP software is developed by SAP AG company. So this software is owned by SAP AG company. Formerly, we will call it as SAP company. So that you see in most of the major cities also, even in Bangalore also, it is there in Whitefield. Okay. So SAP AG, this company was founded in 1972. So actually 5 employees were working in IBM. They have resigned and they have found this SAP company in Waldorf, Germany. Which country? Germany, Waldorf. Before they founding this company, they all of them were employees of IBM. SAP AG name has been changed to SC only for make the company to underline it as the company's internationality. So now SAP SE company has over 4,25,000 customers in over 180 countries, which means almost in entire world this SAP is being used by different companies. See, customers 4,25,000 means each customer for each project tens, hundreds, thousands of consultants will work. Can you imagine the way the requirement that is there for SAP consultants? 4,25,000 plus customers. Each project there may be 10 members, 100 members, 1,000 members, or even more than 1,000 members. If you take Shell company, if you take Shell Oil company. So when I was working for this project at that time, we had 1,802 consultants working for that project. Can you imagine the width and depth of the consultants requirement? So that is the reason why it has more scope. So evaluation of SAP ERP product. So they have come up with R1 product, first version in 1973. 72 they started the company. 73 they have come up with R1 product. Then R2 real time 2-tier architecture in 79. Then next version R3 real time 3-tier architecture in July 1992. Then the just name R3 has been changed to ECC. ECC is nothing but ERP central component. ERP central component. This version is 5 version, came in June 2004, and ECC 6 2005, and currently ECC 6 and EHP 8 is the current version. So here I have maintained one, just change this to 8, EHP 8, which came in 2016 January 20th. Now what is this R1, R2, R3? See here, R1 is nothing but all the layers: presentation layer, application layer, database layer. All the data which will store, database. All the programs related to software, application layer. All the presentation layer, all the screens that we see to interact with the software, that is presentation layer. See, in 1-tier architecture, all the 3 layers will be in the same system only, which means I'll give you a basic simple example for this. MS Office in your laptop, what will you do? Exe file will be there, MS Office exe file. Now that exe file software, you will take it and you will install it. Now when you install it, do you need internet to open that particular MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint? Not required. Why? Because all the layers related to the software is in your laptop only. So that is the 1-tier architecture. Now 2-tier architecture. Now see here,
database and application. Database means all the data that of the software. Application means all the programs that is written for the software. Now here presentation process, it is a presentation layer. Now you take your WhatsApp application as an example. Now your WhatsApp application, can you use WhatsApp from your mobile without downloading the piece of software, WhatsApp software? No. So that piece of software that you are downloading is just an interface to connect to the WhatsApp server. That you will install it. That will be where? That will be in our mobiles and in our mobile handsets. But to communicate that, we need internet. So through internet connection, what we do? We will connect to the WhatsApp server where all the data and programs related to that is there. That is where your WhatsApp can be used. So with internet connection, you will connect to the server. So see here, one layer is in mobile client and another layers, two layers is in server, WhatsApp server. So this is what we will call it as. We will call it as what? Client server. This is client application in server, that is, and three-tier architecture. Now see here, they have separated all the interfaces, they have separated all the programs, and they have separated database into different things. That is the three-tier architecture. Whenever you want to change the size hardware of the application layer server, you can change it. Whenever you want to maximize the server, you can database server, you can maximize it. Whenever you want to connect different, 100 instead of 100 users, if you want to connect to 1000 users, you can easily connect 1000 users also. Now SAP is using R3, real-time three-tier architecture. What do you mean by that? See, all presentation, application, database layers are different. See, SAP is developed using the programming language ABAP. ABAP means Advanced Business Application Programming. And see, RDBMS, it is a database. Now, this SAP GUI is the one which I have shown you on the desktop. So like that, these are the users. You can consider this as users. So n number of users can get connected to SAP software and they to do the perform the transactions. This is the architecture which is being used by SAP product. Now in SAP we are having different modules as we discussed. I have just given the abbreviation of different modules. You can just go through that. Now see here, when it comes to SAP, there are two sections of modules. One is technical modules and another one is functional module. Now what we are learning? We are learning functional module, that is FICO. So we are going to become FICO consultant. So what are the technical modules? See, ABAP. ABAP is nothing but, see, as I mentioned, Advanced Business Application Programming. So now this programming language is used to build SAP ERP software. Now any ABAP consultant, those are the people who will create new programs or change the existing programs based on the client's needs and requirements. Now basis, see here, basis consultant is equals to an admin, system admin. So generally system admin, what they do? So they will install operating system, and if there is any other softwares, Outlook or something is needed, then they will install. Any network issues are there, then they will solve the network issues. But those system admins, IT admins, they will take care of all the softwares that are being used by employees of the company. But this basis consultant is an admin for SAP only, means SAP servers and application. Now they will set up the servers, basis consultants. This basis module is also owned by SAP company only. The basis consultants who will learn the basis module, those people will set up the SAP servers and they will install the SAP in that particular server, and they will create a user IDs, they will restrict the access, and all those administration activity related to SAP software will be taken care by basis consultants. So which means we as a functional consultants no need to worry about setting up the server or creating user IDs, things like that, and also transferring any data from one server to another server. All those things will be taken care by basis. BIBW, it is a reporting. For that they need to do some kind of programming and things like that. So BIBW is a reporting tool which means to generate any reports from SAP. So SAP NetWeaver is some new functionalities needs to be developed, then this NetWeaver will be used by the people, technical consultants. Here they can develop the new functionalities, new features in the software. Now that is the reason. Basis is nothing but see business application system integrated solutions. So that solutions will be provided by the basis. So BABW, it is a reporting. So business warehouse and business intelligence, we no need to worry much about it. Now in SAP we have four kinds of projects. Now once you get placed, once you get attend interview, and once you get placed in any company, then you may be placed in any one of these projects. What are those projects? Four projects are there. It can be an implementation project, support project, rollout project, or upgrade project. Now we as a SAP FICO consultant, if they place us based on that software company requirement, if they place us in any project, we should be able to deliver our responsibilities. So for that reason, during our course we will learn about what will be our roles and responsibilities, and how we need to work or complete our responsibilities given by our management in any project. So how we need to do, what and all the activities will be there, all those things we will be learning during the course for 3 months. Now next is roles and responsibilities of functional consultants. See, whenever I mention functional consultants, you should not think that only FICO consultant. See, all these are functional consultants. See, HR is also functional consultant, SD also functional consultant, also functional consultant, PS, so on, so on, and so on. So many things are there. I'll be giving you a list of 40 functional modules with the description, okay, with the definition kind of thing. What is this module is for? Like that, along with today's class recording and the course contents, I will also be sharing with you somewhere around 40 major modules which we will see in the market. Okay, those modules definition and some introduction I will share, that is in Excel. So today after by 2 p.m. Now, so first, functional consultant roles and responsibilities as DMM, FICO, whoever it may be. Their responsibility is they have to collect the business requirements from the customer or client. Then they have to prepare, clearly document it clearly in Word. So how to document it? So we will call it as functional design specification. How to document it, that we will see during our course. And we need to do necessary configurations based on the client's requirements document. So you taken requirements, and based on that you clearly prepared the document, and using that document, if any configurations is needed, you need to do the necessary configurations. Now don't get scared whenever somebody says that configuration, a small kid can do the configuration. Now I will tell you what is the configurations that will be done by any functional consultant: FICO, SD, PP, QM, PS, PM, anybody. Now configuration is nothing but, there is one field, enter some value, enter some text, okay, then there is some checkbox. Either you check the checkbox or uncheck the checkbox. Then there are some radio buttons. Select some radio button or unselect some other radio button. And there is some link. So drag from somewhere and drop it somewhere and save it. This is the configuration which will be done by any functional consultant. Do you think is it so difficult? It's very simple. Provided if you know in which field what needs to be filled, which checkbox needs to be checked, first of all to check the checkbox or radio button where it is exactly, because SF system is having hundreds and thousands of screens. Which screen that field is there? If you understand where that screen field is there and what is the purpose of using that field, checkbox, radio button, then it is very dead easy. Doing the configuration is dead easy. So how to understand, how to make out all these things, so maybe in 3-4 classes you will clearly understand. So it is very easy for us to make it understand, but the only thing is we have to learn in a proper manner. So now moving on, so perform testing after doing all the configurations. Now here, what if, before testing, what if any new programs needs to be created? Because we are not an SAP, we are not a technical consultant. What if any new program needs to be created, or what if any existing program needs to be changed? Then you don't worry about it, you just take a help of ABAP. Very simple. Why? Because you are not a functional consultant. So every functional module consultants, there will be an ABAPer who will help you in terms of modifying the programs or creating new programs if it is required for the document that you have created. So whenever the program change or new program needs to be created, then you send this document to the ABAPer and he will see to it, he will understand it. If he is unable to understand, he will ask you, he will call you, he will set up a call, he will understand, then he will write a program. Then whatever the configuration that you did and whatever the program change that he has done, for that, according to your requirement, the functionality is working or not, you test it and confirm it and submit it to the client. That is the only work that we do. So now moving on, what is FICO? See, FICO is finance and cost controlling module. So which is having financial and accounting and controlling. And FICO module is very robust and covers almost all business processes encountered in various industries: mechanical industry, food industry, chemical industry, pharmaceutical industry, automobile industry, aviation industry, any industry, finance department, you can implement SAP FICO. As simple as that. And it is one of the very important and widely implemented module in SAP. I will tell you, if any SAP project is there, there is no way that without FICO consultant there is a project which is running in the world. So any SAP project, there must be a FICO consultants required for the project. So it is as simple as that. So generally, what will be our roles and responsibilities as a FICO consultant? So that includes understanding business requirements, we just discussed. Prepare blueprint, means business blueprint, means exactly what and all the requirements that have been given by the client, you clearly document it, which we will call it as blueprint. What is it, how it looks like, how we create, all those things we will go through it. I will provide you a real-time document also, which will be a reference for you. Now, implementation of the project. So of course we understand, validate the reports if required. So any reports is required, so whether the properly data is coming or not according to client need or requirements or not. Validate the changes in customize, so which means whatever the configuration that you do, whether the configurations is properly working or not. Provide training to end users. So once everything is done, system is set up, because the business users do not know how to operate. Now say for example, whenever you take any one, say smartphone or any TV, if you purchase, now recently QLED TVs came in. So TV purchase, then you will have user manual with you, with the product. Along with the product, they will provide user manual also. Why? Because they know that you and me did not operate that product earlier. First time we are purchasing, so how to operate it, how can we come to know? So that is the reason why they provide. Even smartphone if you purchase also, there will be user manual. Even a TV purchase, there will be user manual. You purchase a cooker, washing machine, will be user manual. Why? Same way, when you did implementation of this, then you have to give a user manual. That is, one after giving user manual, you have to provide training also. How to do it? Very simple, no need to worry much about it. You will come to know by the end of the course. So how to prepare user manuals, that sample documents also I'll provide you, real-time sample documents. So sort out day-to-day queries. If there is any issues when they are operating, some error came, so they will send you the request mail, or they will update in any one tool. So go through, check it, what is the issue, correct it. So how to correct it? So that is the course. So if you learn course, then you will be in a position to correct it. Now, enhancement of the SAP end user based requirements. Any enhancements need to mean, any changes needs to be made in the system, then those things we will do it. Now, see, financial and accounting. When it comes to financial accounting, that is functional consultants, everybody do the same thing. Now, this is used to prepare the financial statements according to the legal provisions of respective country. Now, business operations are there, your client's business operations are there in India, US, Japan. Example, now financial statements, balance sheet and profit and loss statement should be prepared on the basis of the legal entity, which is a company. India company registered, So for Indian government, you have to prepare the financial statement, which is balance sheet and profit and loss statement, and you have to submit it on year. Same way, US laws are different. Okay, taxation is different. So there also you will prepare like this, country by country. These are the called legal financial statements. General ledger accounting, we will be learning thoroughly. Accounts payable, which is basically purchasing, all purchasings, vendor invoices, vendor payments, any corrections, any returns, all those things, accounts payables. Accounts receivables, when you sell the product to of your customers, you will provide discounts, you will provide some bonuses, you will provide some kind of whatever is a cash discounts. So whenever they make the payment well in advance for the invoice due date, so then you will give some kind of cash discounts. All those things, how you do. Asset accounting, treasury management, cash management. Now P&L and balance sheet, how to prepare. So by the end of the course, after we doing some n number of transactions in general ledger accounting, accounts payable, accounts receivable, asset accounting, treasury management, finally I will show you how to prepare automatically balance sheet and profit and loss statement without any manual intervention. So in our financial and accounting department, what we do, so generally accounts, associates, accounts, department employees, they will manually prepare, they collect data, hard copy, soft copy, sort out, list out, all those things to be done. But here you no need to do anything. If you ensure day-to-day transactions are happened in these sections, then automatically all the data will be fetched by the system. You need to just click execute, you will get your P&L and balance sheet. How this will happen, that we will be seeing by the end of the course, before we completing the course. Now controlling is basically, it is cost accounting. So under cost accounting, what we will be covering, so cost element accounting, so cost center accounting, and internal order, profitability analysis, profit center accounting, product costing, material, labor, and other expenses, and all those things. So these things we cannot just discuss just like that. So this is the part of the course. If you go through that course contents, you will come to know under these things what and all the things that we cover. Now other topics apart from the main core subject, so other topics is, see, I told you integration between FICO and integration between FICO and SD, and also some real-time business processes and project closing procedures. When project is about to complete, how we need to close it, what and all the documents we need to prepare, what and all the trainings that we should provide, how we should ensure that everything is done properly and closed it without any future further escalations from the client. Now tips on ABAP and basis, because there are some T codes and something like that, which if we know it, it is very easy for us to cope up in terms of doing some kind of communications with ABAP and basis, that we will discuss. And training methodology, how our entire training will goes on from tomorrow to till end of the course. Now see here, every day, topic by topic, I will explain the theory first. Then after that, if any configurations needs to be done, then I'll explain you which screen you should go and which fields you need to enter what information, which checkbox you check, which radio button you have to select or unselect, where to drag, where to drop, and how to save it, and where you need to save that configuration. That steps I will explain. Then after doing that configuration, how it has to be tested. So everything one by one, step by step, how to test each and every functionality for which we have done the configuration in the previous step. And then if there is any relevant reports that are linked to these configurations that we have done, how to verify those reports, where we need to execute, how to go to those screens, and what is the shortcut method to reach those screens. So all those things. Then every day, if you have any questions and answers, you no need to be on mute like how you are being on mute during this particular class. So when I am explaining, anytime, anywhere, when you get a doubt, you can unmute yourself and you can ask a question during the class also, and also at the end of the class also you can ask. Okay, and also while you are practicing, you can connect me through WhatsApp, or you can connect me through my phone, or you can connect me through email to get it clarified. Now training materials that I do provide. So what are the materials I'll provide? So see, real-time business documents and templates, I'll show you those templates, how I will share, and what is the documents that I'll share. And configuration documents,
UAT, user acceptance test documents. Once we done it, then we will prepare one document by taking screenshots. It is a proof that we have tested it in the system to the client, so then they can see and they can do testing, they can confirm. User manual documents, it is like a user manual that you get when you purchase a smartphone or TV or whatever it is. Now additional class notes, so we user manual we will prepare for our SAP. Okay, that will be reference for the future users who will operate the system. Additional class notes every day, along with the recording you will get the classroom notes also, which is more important than the ready-made document that you get. Okay, classroom notes is more important than the ready-made notes that I provide you. Both I will show you how it looks like, and necessary screenshots if it is required, any T codes, screenshots and all. Each class recordings for future reference, I will be sharing you the recordings on the same day by 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. Maybe sometimes if server is down or something is there, it may take by the end, but I'll ensure that by the end of the same day you are getting email with the recording. Now interview questions also I'll provide, along with the question answers also will be there. And also I will take a resume class, which means how to prepare your resumes. And then after that, if you still have doubts, you can ask me, and then I'll show you some openings which are there in the market. Okay, so you have to go and attend it and you have to clear your interview. So till showing some openings based on our contacts, I'll show you at least 3 openings I will show you, but clearing the interview is up to you. I will not give any kind of guarantee, but I will give you a clear guarantee that if you practice all the things that we are going to discuss, you can easily compete with the person who is having real time 4+ years of experience in SAP FICO. You will be, in fact you will be better than that person, that you will come to know during the course of action. Now this is all about introduction, and I am very sorry that I have taken a little more time since it was an introduction class. So now before I closing it, and before I will be open to the questions that you have, I'll just show you what and all the documents that I will be sharing you in the course of action. So I'll just keep it, minimize it. So it will take just a minute time, and after that we are open for the questions. Now if I go here, see here, I was telling some descriptions that I provide for the modules. So now this is the Excel sheet that you get along with the recording. This is the course content that you get. Open it, go through the course content. See, if you go here, see accounts receivables, accounts payables, so many contents that we are going to cover. Go through it. If you have any questions, you have my name, you have my email ID, you have my contact number. Now I'll just close it. I do not want to talk much about it now, because anyhow you will see it, and if you have any questions you can ask me. And see, I told you that I'll be sharing you the modules and some description on the modules. Now what is this? Okay, fine, no problem, let it be. See here, you have FI module. What is it? CO module, what is it? So like this HCM module, what is this? SDQM. So like this we have different module description I have given. This also you will get along with the today's class introduction recording. And along with this I was talking about that see here, real-time documents. Now if you open, see there are n number of real-time documents which I'll be sharing you in future. See, controlling material, business blueprint document. If you open any one material, see here you will have, see, 176 pages. So like that, financial and accounting material 270 pages are there. Like this, different business processes. Okay, product cost planning. Okay, shortcut keys in SAP, some user exits, so integration with FI and MM, so integration with FI and UAT document template. So like this, different things. If you go back, some T codes, see FICO T codes and user manuals. Now if you open it, see here you have tables. So what and all the tables? Database table I have just now shown you. VBRK table, that is billing documents. Like that, FI transactions, different tables will be there. So if you open it, see what and all the tables that we use and what is the purpose of it. So these are the tables. And FICO T codes, some T codes which I have collected. Okay, are collected from some other sources. So T codes, so most frequently used T codes I have collected for the reference, which most frequently we will be using all these T codes list. And if any screenshots if it is required, see SAP reference book, which I felt it was good. So maybe you can just go and see here user manual, how it looks like. So all those things, important tables and fields, things like that. So tables and fields means there is something called as technical fields concept. See, there are list of fields. So these fields, what is it? You may be coming across these things which are very important for us to know, so that you will understand the importance of these things in future. So now today I have taken more time. Okay, so I'm done with the introduction class. So now if you have any questions, you can ask me. You can unmute yourself and you can ask me. I think I forcibly muted Prasanna. I'll unmute Prasanna also. If you need, you can speak. Yes. So anybody has any questions? So our class will be daily from morning 9:15 to 10:15 from tomorrow, and classes will be from Monday to Friday. On Saturday and Sunday there will be no class. For some reason, if I miss or if I could not be able to take class during weekdays, then that class I will be covering in the weekend. So there are, I think, like 10-11 members which have been confirmed, but only 5 members have joined. Maybe tomorrow I do follow up and we will see how it goes. Fine guys, if you have any questions you can ask me, or else we can continue from tomorrow 9:15 a.m. and you will be getting recording, same recording by 2 p.m. today. Please do refer, go through the recording. If you still get any doubts, you can ask me in tomorrow's class. Every day before start of the class, I will ask for the questions. I mean, if you have any open questions, and at the end of the class also I'll ask, and during the class also, if you get any questions, you can unmute yourself from tomorrow onwards, then and there itself, and you can get it clarified. Yes, Netra Sai, do you have any question? I see you unmuted, trying to unmute.
No, sir. No, sir. I don't have any question. I just unmuted
Okay,
it.
sure, Netas. I got it. I got it. Okay, fine, guys. If nobody has any questions, so no problem. Still, you have time till tomorrow. If you still have any questions tomorrow at the start of the class, you can ask me. Then we will proceed further from tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Nice, seeing you in the class. So thanks for your presence in the class.
Thank you, Ramya.
Thank you, Charan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, Mallikarjun. Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you. Thank you, Manju.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.